White Walker perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, 4 dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to A Podcast Has No Name. This is a special edition. This is the Beehive edition. You know, one of the first Beehive editions ever. It's been a minute since we dropped the episode, and look what it took. It took Beyonce dropping a whole flick, a whole hour-and-a-half movie for A Podcast Has No Name to drop a new episode. On the pod with me, I got the homie Z. So you know what's good? What's good, sis?
Hi, is my vocals, like, are they nice and loud for you?
Oh, they're nice and crisp.
Okay, perfect.
They're crisp, fam. And I hope y'all hear the accents real thick. Philly's in the building right now.
Philly all day.
Philly all day. Philly all day. We on the West Coast was Philly all day. Shout out to everybody that is on the West Coast now from Philly though.
I know it's a lot of us over here. Shouts out to Mr. Sonny James.
Yeah, Kush
Shalimar, aka Kush Oxford.
Love it.
Just Kush.
Yeah, man. So the film dropped.
Yes.
And I feel like, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't know it was coming. I do maybe like 2 or 3 days before I heard about it. So I don't know. She's good for the just dropping shit.
Well, they did do a lot of promo for it.
Okay, so I just,
because I kept thinking, I even thought I like prepared myself to watch it, and I was wrong. I was like ready to the Sunday beforehand. I was like, wait, it's not the 31st yet, or whatever day that was. Yep, a whole week beforehand, I was like, I'm gonna watch it. Yep, and I was wrong. Yeah, I was sorry.
So wait, let me ask you, did you get Disney Plus for it, or you already had Disney Plus?
I got my friend's login for it.
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
That's how you gotta do it.
Listen, I ain't mad at you at all. They they learn from Game of Thrones. They know we sharing logins. Man.
Look, I got my friend's Netflix. I got my mom's Hulu. I got my own Prime, and I got my other friends. It's 3 different friends who let me use their logins.
Listen,
look, we in a pandemic. Don't nobody got time to be paying for 4 subscriptions. No, I was like, I was on Facebook like, hey, so who wants to let me use their Disney Plus? Somebody hit my DM like, here you go. I was like, thank you.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good money. Yeah, so we definitely have a subscription here. Because all you got to do to get hooked is have something comic related on your platform. Oh, all of Marvel is going to be. Oh, yeah. Give me that.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? When I first got the login, I went and watched National Geographic for like a half a day.
Yo, yeah, some good stuff on there. Definitely. And even like, so I got a DC subscription to their streaming service. I already had HBO Go for Game of Thrones and stuff like that. But now they're about to drop a bunch of comic movies and TV shows on there for HBO Max. I'll be doing that.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry, it's not 3 friends logins. I got 4 friends logins because my cousin let me use her Spectrum login. So on my Fire Stick, I download all those apps because you mentioned HBO.
Yeah,
I download everything and I can just watch it through her subscription.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's
about community.
Yes, it's about community.
People be like, here you go. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. For like years. Years.
Closed mouth don't get fed. All you gotta do is ask.
I've been using my one friend's Netflix login since before I moved to LA. It's been like 7 years.
That's hard.
Yes.
Man, that friend is amazing. That friend pays their bill. That's awesome.
Pretty much.
Usually people that are like keen to loaning out their logins don't keep their bills paid, so they don't care. They be like, it's whatever.
I know. And then you go
can't hit
like,
them up.
Yeah, you're like, okay. I guess I just got to shut up and wait.
Right. I'll just keep trying to log in. We'll see what happens. Did you change the passcode? What's going on? So before we jump directly into the film, so my journey into the Hive was an accidental one. I just kept seeing different things on social media throughout the years where it felt like Beyonce was being attacked and dissed for things that made absolutely no sense to me. And like time after time, I found myself defending her. And I was like, I'm not really a huge fan like that. From a DJ standpoint, I rocks with her. Like, period. She's given me gems to kill dance floors with for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't like, oh my God, Beyonce's everything. Until she started doing things that I felt like this needs to be defended because y'all are tripping. Super Bowl performance, she killed that. Like, there were so many different situations where the messaging was just being missed because people just want to hate the Carters.
Pretty much.
So then, you know what I'm saying? So then I forgot how you and I started talking about that. I don't know if I texted you.
It was something dropped. Was it her surprise album?
It might have been a surprise album.
Because
was it Lemonade?
Feel like
it was around Lemonade, wasn't it?
No, I think it was the Beyonce album because I feel like I was living in my first apartment and I remember texting you about it. Maybe. I can't remember. But we were so hype about just whatever it was. We was super hype. It might have been Lemonade.
Yeah.
I was like, yo. Lemonade.
I was like, yo, I think I'm in the hive, and you just text back some bees. He was like, you in there, B? Like, you was like, don't fight it. Yeah, he was like, don't fight it, don't fight it. Yeah, and at that point, I was like, all right, she could be right. I might be in this, John.
Listen, I've always been in a hive since like Destiny's Child.
Just Destiny's Child.
Because you can't deny somebody's greatness. Like, come on, who does that?
That's what I'm saying. And
I think too, both of us being artists, we just look at things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I gotta respect her. Like, what you mean?
Because you identify with the work ethic. You know what it takes to get these things done. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, some people, when they see the finished product, like, I was having this conversation with a homie earlier today, just talking about, how it is to navigate different dynamics, whether it's, relationship or business relationships, and people don't understand, like, you not having time for them. And I was like, when it comes to, like, romantic relationships, it does help to be partnered with someone that is also a creative.
Yes.
And if they're creative, that's a plus because they understand the process. I said, some people really feel like you got out the studio, the song was 3 minutes, so it must have took you 5 minutes to record it.
Yeah, it's like, why aren't you answering the phone? Oh, it's guys at the studio. What you doing in the studio? Well, them guys, are you flirting with it?
Right.
It's just like, bruh,
come on.
Can't. Bye.
You don't got time for that. You ain't got no time for that. But yeah, definitely, I had the utmost respect for her work ethic. What like really did it for me?
What?
When, I remember it like yesterday.
Uh-oh.
I saw her at MIA. I saw her perform. That was the first time I saw her perform, and I saw her
what's
at MIA.
Crazy? You talking about Made in America, right?
Yep.
The funny thing is, I was there too, even though I lived out here. I had came home because my mom was moving out to LA, and I came home to help her get rid of some of the stuff that I still had at her house.
Okay.
And then like help her get her stuff together. And I remember I flew in from LA, and I went straight to the festival because I was so tired. I remember being there, and she was killing it, but I was just like, okay, I need to go lay down.
Yo, the costume changes, the entire set, like, it was bananas. It was bananas. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You got to have respect for that. And then Beachella, like, come on, man. Like,
oh my God, listen, I'm gonna tell you something about that. The album, I listen to it every day.
It's a spiritual.
I've been listening to it every day.
Yeah.
Every day since I saw, because most of us, like, I didn't go up to Coachella.
No, a lot of us don't. a lot of us normal people just don't be at Coachella.
Well, so. I wasn't trying to. I think it was like I just didn't get tickets.
Okay.
And I'm here, so I could have went there to Coachella.
True.
But I was just like, yo, I'm not trying to be in the desert all week, like,
bruh. No, I'm good.
So I watched it on because they had it on YouTube Live, and I remember watching it, and I was so hyped. Like, it was, I can't even explain it. That was like the greatest thing I ever seen in my life.
That's what I'm saying.
And to me, that's like the greatest live album. I really think, with all the transitions, all the music.
I'd agree.
You know what I'm saying? Even her integrating like other people's records.
Yeah.
Like, one of those records, it's like an instrumental with the band playing, and they played "Hey" in the middle of the barn. Remember that song?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
about that a lot.
Future
Like, yo,
conflict. Yes.
yes, like come
Yes.
on, who does that?
Come on, man.
You
Come
know what I'm
on.
saying? Yep. So I listen to that every day before quarantine. I would listen to it on my way to work, on my way to the gym, on my way to dance class. I
Mhm.
even listen to it now because we're stuck in the house when I like get
Right.
on my spin bike because I don't really go anywhere. I ain't messing with the Rona.
Nah, you can't. You can't. And, I'm glad you're taking it seriously because there's a lot of people that really aren't taking it seriously.
Child,
They
please.
not.
We had over 500,000 cases here in California.
Sheesh.
We surpassed New York. So no.
Mm, yeah.
Or no, people having house
No.
parties. They having like mansion parties.
Yo. Like, what are
Listen,
you doing?
the only thing I do is like if I need to go to Target or like the
Right.
supermarket.
And
But
then you
I'm not.
mask up. You out there masked up. I
Yeah,
know you are. Yeah.
and the crazy part is people they fly in from all over the place. Like, see, I'm in town. I'm like, okay, what you telling
Yeah.
me for?
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's what's up. Anyways, yeah,
nah,
nobody playing like that,
don't tell me you in town because that don't have nothing to do with me. You gonna get your feelings hurt.
baby. You ain't checking me before you came out here because you would have known
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
I
on
would
the
have told you,
agenda.
nah,
Right.
mm-mm,
Right.
I ain't playing with you. And then
Tripping.
I be around my mom. So like, what I look like? If I get
Right.
my mom sick messing around with you, then we fighting.
Yeah, ain't nobody doing that. Ain't nobody doing
Period.
that, B.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that was my journey to, getting into the hive. I
I'm
had
so happy. I'm so happy that allowed you in. That
I,
I
I'm
granted your
grateful.
membership.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. It's a good place to be. As a man, it's a very secure place to be.
I know that's right.
Understanding that what we're seeing here, what we're witnessing, is top level greatness. There is no one
Listen,
at her level, period.
no, ever.
Jay knows it. Jay
Yeah.
knows it. There's no
He be
disputing
he,
here.
he be smiling at her. I'm like, yo,
Yo,
he know. He already
that's
know
what
what it is.
that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine, like, how great is that? You know what I'm saying? This is someone who's revered as one of the most, prolific MCs, excellent businessman. Like, seen him, rags to riches story. Like, we've seen this dude, like, he's top notch.
Yeah.
And he just looks at her and just smiles like, man,
Like,
this is
wow.
amazing.
Like, what? Like, that's
Yeah.
mine. That's my wife.
Right. He looks at her like he's a fan just like us.
Exactly.
Oh my
Child.
God.
I love that you're in the hive. I love it.
So now I'm gonna drop the bomb. I'm gonna drop the bomb on you.
Let's go. Let's go.
I just watched it.
You just watched it.
Yeah, I got done watch like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Just watched it. I
So it's
didn't have
fresh in your
time.
mind.
It's super fresh, and I already
So
want to watch it again.
I'm going to tell you that you should watch it again because
Mm.
I watched it on the 31st.
How
And
many
that
times have you
morning,
watched it since then?
I only watched it one more time
Okay.
yesterday because
Okay.
I wanted it to kind of be fresh in my because it was so many parts that it was hard to take it all in, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was so beautiful. I was just like, low key, the first time I watched it, I was stuck like, what? And
What did I just experience?
I cried like 3 times. I'm not
So
gonna
that was going to
front.
be my first question.
Yes, I
Actually,
did.
what were your cry moments? I have one.
Okay.
What were your 3 cry moments?
The first cry moment was just seeing all those black men. I remember
Man.
I think they had like pink suits on and they were like
Yeah, and they were
slow
bouncing.
motion.
Yeah.
Yes, that was one moment. And then the second moment was shoot. How did I just think? I was about to say it. Okay, so one other moment was when the town was like going up in dust, and she had to put the baby
in the river. Yeah.
Listen. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And my top moment that really made me cry was Brown Skin Girl.
Listen, that was my moment. I can tell you the exact time. It was the end of Brown Skin Girl when Blue was singing that last part, and it was just her on camera. Oh, that was it. Tears right there. I mean, my eyes was watering through Brown Skin Girl because the song is just so amazing.
But
then,
to see visuals with it.
Ooh, when I saw Blue at the end, it was like, okay, now they on my cheeks. They on the top.
And you know what?
Cheeks.
For me, I got all choked up because I'm a dark skinned woman.
Right.
And just seeing all of those different representations of dark skin, brown skin women. And I was like, yo, I like for me, I felt like, wow, this is something I didn't realize that I needed.
Needed. How
I
about that?
needed that.
How
I
about
needed that. I'm a grown woman and I needed to see that.
right
Out of all
representation?
these years that I've been watching television and movies, and I'm like heavy into movies,
Of
music and
course.
everything.
Oh wait,
That
wait.
was that was the yeah,
Pause. We got a
yes.
movie star on the pod, y'all.
Yes, movie
Yeah, I'm
star and the
saying
music star.
SAG. Yeah, I'm
Hello.
saying. Yeah, I'm
Hello.
saying.
Yeah.
Check the IMDb. Yeah, I'm saying.
Official,
SAG up in this
official.
y'all.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
how you
saying.
doing, Zarinah? But that's the thing. That's another thing. It's like
Yeah.
I'm aspiring to be uh to try to even get towards her level. You know what I'm
Right. Of
saying?
course. Of
It's
course.
hard. It's
Yeah.
hard. She does everything. Like, come
Yes.
on. Come
Yes.
on.
She does everything at top level. Yeah, I agree with you. Representation is huge. You don't know how beautiful we look through that lens. You don't know how beautiful we look on television until you see us on
And that's
television, until you
and that's
see us on these
why
big screens.
and that's why that's why everybody got a problem with us.
Yeah. And on
You
top
want
of that, like most importantly, like you don't understand how beautiful we look through the Hollywood lens until you have a person that is lighting us properly.
Yes. Did
So
you
Moon,
see did you see the issue of I think it was Vogue. I forgot the name of the photographer. Some
mm,
a white photographer, but she took photos of Simone Biles and she looks like she didn't light her properly and she
oh
looks
God.
crazy. And
Mm,
people were pissed. You know how Twitter is. They light
right.
people up.
Yeah. Black
They
Twitter gonna come for
light
you.
people up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't like light her properly. Simone is like brown skin,
Yeah.
and they
She
had
looked
her
all
looking
washed
kind of.
out.
She looked ashy. Yeah,
Come on, man. See,
it was
that's what I'm.
crazy.
Yeah, and you deserve that backlash. You deserve
Yeah,
because there are too many photographers, whether they're a photographer of color or not. But there are too many photographers at this point that know how to do the job right.
exactly,
I
and that's
think
what they did too. They were like, instead of using this photographer, how about you use somebody who works at Essence who knows how to
right,
photograph black artists
right. Cut the check.
properly.
Get the right person involved. Um,
Yeah.
when I started really enjoying, well, I've always enjoyed, seeing us on screen in any form of media, but I guess when I started to really take notice of how well and how much people are paying attention to how we're lit. Insecure, definitely,
Oh.
and Moonlight.
Oh my God.
Moonlight was
Listen.
it. That when I saw Moonlight, we saw it in the theater. It was
Somebody
when
wait.
I
Hold.
saw that.
Somebody tell Trevante I say
Tell the
hi.
boy that John said hi. Tell the boy that John was like, "What up,
I'm
though?"
sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I had to say that.
But no, like when I saw Moonlight, I was like, "Wait, why do we look
Yes.
so? Why do we look so good? Right? I don't understand this.
It's
What
like
what are they doing?
golden chocolate.
Yeah, yeah,
The
straight
way
up.
that they lit Trevante up and how rich his skin looked.
Yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
and that's what we got in Black is King. Like
Yes. And
everyone looked amazing. So basically, Hollywood has been telling us, showing us for decades how quote unquote difficult it is for them to light us properly.
mm-hmm.
Because you
And
weren't you weren't putting in the effort. You really didn't care.
no, because they just use this as a prop. I just read an
Exactly.
article about Hollywood and how they use like the black best friends to add diversity to the cast, but they never fully
Develop
formed.
that character. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Cool. Keep
exactly.
that. Y'all can have that. Y'all
But
can have that.
another thing that was just super beautiful about Black is King is
Mm-hmm.
the costume. So like with our complexions,
Man.
color.
Yep.
Listen, the
Yep.
colors. I can't get over it.
Yeah. Yeah. The costumes were amazing. The costumes were
And
amazing. I think I found myself like verbally commenting at those points throughout the movie. And I was like, "Oh, this costume, yo, that's crazy.
yeah, and I
See her
believe
dress.
I
Oh
know
man,
the costume design was by Beyonce's stylist,
stop.
Zarina Akers.
Okay,
I know. So, a funny story. being out here in LA, going to different, events and stuff like that. Like I introduced myself. I actually said this on Facebook the other day. But I'm like, oh, how you doing? My name is Zarinah. It's like, oh my God, are you like Beyonce stylist? Because I didn't even know her stylist name was Zarinah as well until somebody said it to me. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not. But okay, thanks.
Right.
And then I looked
Right.
into it. I'm like, okay, this is dope. We got the same name.
That
Spelled
is
a
dope.
little different, but yeah.
Okay. She got 2 A's in there. What's happening?
No, she is Zerina, and I'm Zarinah.
Dope.
Yeah.
So as I'm watching, I think maybe like 15 minutes into it, me and Morgan, and we're just actually when it first started with all the the Disney opening, I was like, yo, like I know I'm watching this on Disney Plus, but this is a Disney presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Like flat out, she played Nala. She's a Disney princess. Like this, like this is wild. So from a distribution standpoint, right? Peep this.
Uh-huh.
It says released July 31st. Disney Plus is not available in Africa, so a distribution deal was made with Central and West African television channel Canal Plus Afrique and South African media conglomerate MultiChoice Group's channel Mnet to screen Black is King across sub-Saharan Africa August 1st. For the film's premiere, the MultiChoice Group will open Mnet for DSTV customers for about 2 hours on the rest of the packages. As part of the deal, Black is King was aired in countries such as South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Ethiopia, Namibia, Cameroon, Liberia, Burundi, Senegal, Togo, Somalia, Benin, and Congo. Oh, wait. Kenya, Ivory Coast, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Cape Verde. Like, they struck the deal to make sure
that
Africa
Africa
could
can
see
watch
this.
it. Bruh.
Come
Yo.
on, man. Come
Yo.
on.
I think a lot of people sleeping on the fact too that she literally made sure that she worked with artists from Africa and directors. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Musicians.
So
Listen.
let me ask you this.
Yes.
Are you aware of some of the backlash that the film got?
Yes.
Did you see the No Name situation?
Yes. I feel like
I was like, "Are you bored, sis? You just sliced J. Cole's Achilles successfully. Like you sat him down, you benched him because he was out of order. You benched him. We was all right. I'm like, okay, No Name, okay, and then you did this.
And the funny thing was, it was like she was speaking. It was like she was trying to stick up for issues in Africa, but people in Africa are like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like,
right?
sis,
They got her.
Are you
they gathered her right up.
contributing? Yeah, like what do you?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, as a person of African descent in any part of the world,
right,
you should not have any negative feeling or comment towards Black is King. I don't get it.
My thing, like, so I anticipated negative commentary because it's Beyonce, because anything
that
from
she
that
does.
crew, anything from that camp, Carter's, like, Black excellence is always criticized, period. And I almost like put either a Facebook post up or a tweet just on some more. Listen, I need y'all to get this. I hadn't even seen it yet, but I was like, I need y'all to get this time to breathe for y'all before y'all start taking shots at it. Just let it breathe.
That's the funny thing too. Like I peep people saying like, "Oh, that's not my kind of thing." I'm like, you didn't even see it,
right?
If you're Black, it's your kind of thing,
right?
Period.
It's repping for you really, really hard.
Yeah,
super hard.
I don't care if you don't like Beyonce. You need to watch it. Even just visually, it's stunning. What are you talking about?
But also, if it's not your kind of thing, why are you talking? Just shush.
Well,
shush your mouth.
I feel like some people thrive off of that kind of energy.
Yeah.
So I've learned to not even engage in it because I'm just like, okay.
It does it does no purpose. It does no real purpose at all.
Not at all.
Yeah. So there were definitely moments in there when, like, so representation for me, definitely seeing all those Black men and like dark black men, men with dreads, men with
Mhm.
shape ups, but African features. These are African
Mhm.
men. These are, these are brothers I've seen as a part of my family. I'm half Nigerian. These are brothers I've seen, going back home the few times that I did. Like, it was just great to see that representation. And I'm not even gonna lie, like you said, grown person who knew I needed that. There was definitely a moment when I was just like, yo, you gotta understand, like having a Nigerian first and last name, that
Mhm.
African booty scratcher, like that was elementary school.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yo.
you getting teased from elementary school. Like so and just having that experience so young, it actually had it forced me to have pride, and it forced me to be a loner early on. So that's why as an adult, I don't move in cliques. I don't need to be associated with anybody. No matter where I go, I'm good because I'm used to having to rebrand and be on my own period,
We on the same page.
Exactly.
I didn't even peep.
Exactly.
I didn't even peep this. Listening to you say that, I didn't
Hmm.
peep. That's why I roll the way I do.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah. That
thank.
that when it happens that early, when you get teased incessantly, like getting, and I know you experienced this, like the teachers going down, calling the roll, and then when they're about to say a name because they gotta
Oh my
take a
god.
pause. They gotta pause
Yeah.
to figure out how to say, and they're like,
Is
Z-
Zarinah? Zarinah. I'm like, oh my
the
god.
it's like, will you even try? Can you give it an effort? You
But they can
teach
say them
people how to
other
read.
names like
Oh, come on.
Jasinski or something.
They'll get it all right. They'll get it all right. Everything but
Yeah.
ours, which means you're not even trying. But again, like you said earlier, I didn't know how much I needed that. You know what I'm saying? And it was really, really good. Here it is. This is an American-based artist. She is at the pinnacle of her career. She is like inarguably the top artist, and
Hmm.
she's making a very, very concerted effort to represent Africans. Like what?
And the funny thing is, people who are in the beehive, they peep when the change happened with her because
Mm,
when she was being managed by her father and everything was like
mm,
super corporate, super poppy.
right,
She had that pop sound, pop videos.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Which worked because she still was popping.
She was
I
killing it.
I
She
still
was
loved it
killing it.
back then. But you
Come on.
saw it when she fired him and started managing herself, how everything changed. I think it started at the Beyonce album, the
Yeah,
self-titled
yeah,
album.
yeah.
And literally every project that she has after that becomes blacker and
Right.
blacker
It sure
and
enough does.
blacker.
It sure enough does because she knew what she needed for herself.
Yep.
She
Yep.
was positioned. Got to thank her pop for that. Like the early part of her career positioned her to be able to call her own shots. Like she can do
And
whatever she wants,
And I think
whatever
it's
she
funny
wants.
too. I think a lot of people feel some kind of way when you go back to colorism. And it's like, how dare this light skinned girl tell me, you know what I'm saying, or represent being black? And it's just like, what? Because I
Yeah.
remember she always was talk about how her mom was always centered in blackness and always would talk to her sisters about it.
Hmm.
So just because she's like this light skinned pop diva, you know what I'm saying? She
Right.
got blonde hair. It don't mean that she's not a black woman.
Right.
And
I
I
do
think
remember
that's
that.
where it's a disconnect for some people. Like they feel some kind of way. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw a
But
heavy pushback during Lemonade. There was a huge
yeah.
pushback. It was like, who she thinks she is now? And it's like, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta identify the self-hatred that you're dealing with. Like
Hmm.
really spend some time with yourself and think about why this bothers you. If she was somebody that was singing in your church, you wouldn't have a problem with her.
Well,
If
I
she
think
was
a
one of your
lot of
cousins, you probably wouldn't have a problem. But why does it bother you that she's using her platform to
well,
celebrate blackness?
I think a lot of people, honestly, a lot of people don't want to step outside of the box. A lot of people aren't willing to go after their dreams. So when they see her, they see what they didn't do with themselves.
Right.
It doesn't have to be music. It doesn't have to be acting. Somebody might have wanted to open a business, but they were too scared. And it's like, oh shoot, 10 years ago I was doing this, and 10 years later I'm still doing the same thing. But look at what Beyonce has done within these past 10 years. You see what I'm saying?
No, it definitely
People
plays a factor. Yeah.
people are weird like that. Wait, what did my mom say? Video
It,
message.
people are weird like that, but we've also experienced that just at our level. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
people in our personal life that, Philly, West Coast, doesn't matter. When they see progression, it's odd to them. It's like, who do you think you are? No, I haven't changed. It's who do you think I am? Because I'm the same person. I
And
just kept working.
the funny thing is, for me, you've known me a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen me work hard.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you work hard.
Yeah.
And for me, you know how you said that you roll by yourself, you don't have a clique.
Right.
I have like 2 best friends, like in the music business.
Right.
And then I have like people outside of that, but I don't roll with a lot of people. A lot of people don't know what's going on with me.
Right.
Because I don't like that energy. I don't
Yeah.
need that negative energy. Or why you doing this? Why you doing that? I was dating one guy in the whole relationship and he wasn't supportive. I had to like end it. Like, yo, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? Who wasn't supportive? Like, from what standpoint? Like, what was he not?
Of just me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He just wanted me to be in the house, wash his clothes, make some
Oh,
food.
got you.
Yeah, no, it just was
Okay.
like, no, this isn't perfect for me. It's not ideal. Yeah, so you know how you said it's better to me
Yeah.
to date someone who's like
who understands, who's in the industry,
who's a creative.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even need to be a musician, you know what I'm saying, or actor. Even if he just understands that need to be creative and that
Yep.
need to be independent.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then it'll work.
Yeah, because then you're dealing with someone that not only can help you feed your creativity, but will observe you and understand when you need that alone time and when you need time to replenish and work on feeding your creativity. And
or
they'll be
push
supportive
you.
of that. Yep.
Yes. Or give you suggestions or whatever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just, look, that movie, I need to watch it a few more times.
Yeah.
It was like each segment was so beautiful. It has so many different messages. It was like different levels. A lot of people don't realize there's a lot of African spirituality in there. And I think for a lot of African Americans, that's foreign because a lot of us are Christians.
Yep. And that's the base of your spirituality. Did you see Killer Mike's response to people?
Yes.
He killed it.
Yes, that was perfect. Because he was talking about people are like, oh, she's devil worshiping with the horns. I'm like, what? People don't even realize because we're so far detached or far removed from Africa that a lot of African tribes join those garbs. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, what are you talking about? Chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Open some books. Click on some links on the internet. Do the knowledge, please. Please.
It was so deep. I think a lot of people aren't ready for it. That's how deep it is to me.
Yeah, and I'm glad it exists as it does because this thing will live forever and people have the opportunity to go back and revisit it and learn and learn and learn. Because like you said, there's so many different messages, not just in the songs, the imagery, there's so much to learn. The costumes, the dance moves, the hair. There's so many different things that you're going to be learning as you're studying this piece.
It's like African spirituality, Black excellence, Black wealth, self-love.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. Even creativity.
Yeah.
The fusion of like African American artists with African artists.
Yeah.
Look.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna take it all the way home.
Yes.
How did it feel to see 215 represented up in there with Tierra Whack?
I was hyped. Because even when the soundtrack dropped,
right,
I was like, yo. But then even just seeing her and just even her segment, I believe the way that they had her segment set up was like it was done purposely.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's some art, like a Black artist.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like a photograph.
Yeah,
that set up the intro to Tierra. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So I saw someone do the comparison.
Yeah,
on Facebook. I don't remember the artist's name, but like, absolutely, when the soundtrack dropped and I saw Tierra on it, there's just a sense of pride, especially with the women from Philadelphia. There's a sense of pride that I just like. Oh man, I came across her I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago. When it was right before she dropped Whack World.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, she is dumb nice. So
Yep.
actually, it was 4 years ago because when I first moved out here,
Okay.
and I shot a link to Aphrodisiac, shot a link to
Afro.
MJ. You know what I'm saying? West Coast residents now. So I shot one to Af, and Af was like, "Oh yeah, she used to go by Dizzle. We had her on the radio a couple of times." And I was like, "Yo, she is a beast.
Yes.
She is a beast." I saw this
And
video
it's
of her.
like it's super effortless. That's what I love about it. I feel like
That's what.
I
Yes,
feel like she's not even trying. She just be
she's
rapping.
not. She's
It's just
not, yo.
it's really dope to see.
Yeah, she's not trying, and you can tell because she's been rapping this good since she was like 14.
Yeah.
Seeing some of the old Too Raw for the Streets videos, like you've been rapping like this for a minute. So nah, this is easy for you. This is like whatever you do next is going to be bananas. But here it is. You're in Black is King.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. That's
I
amazing.
think it's beautiful. I think it's funny being an artist from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cities have like a crab in a barrel mentality.
Yeah, true.
But I feel like when you're somebody who's comfortable in yourself as an artist, you are genuinely happy.
You're happy. Yes.
So for me, for anybody from Philly, and they come up, I'll be like, Philly all day.
All day. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing.
And I don't care what part of the world you're in.
Yep.
People from Philly are so proud to be from Philly. I love it. Seriously.
It's like Brooklyn. Brooklyn, they do the same thing. Brooklyn,
you're right. You're right.
Brooklyn
you're right.
go hard for other Brooklynites.
But
man.
when I meet
when I meet
people from Philly, or I'm sorry, when I meet people and they know I'm from Philly, they be all hype about it. Like, you from Philly?
Yep. Yep. I feel the same way. Like just coming across, there's a little contingent of Philadelphians out here in Portland, dog. Like they just time they are out here.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Me too. I'm thinking it was a couple of us. I'm like, yo, you from Philly? You from Philly? You just came out here from Philly? What? How long you been out here?
It's funny though, because I'm not. I mean, I guess LA is different because everybody wants to be in LA, right?
True.
But it's just funny because a lot of times, like in my acting class, people come to class and they're from Philly too, and I'm like, oh, okay,
right.
we in here, we in the building,
right? We in here. That exactly. That's the vibe you just perfectly described. Oh, we in here.
Another thing is too, being from Philly, being a rapper or MC. Philly got the best MCs. I say this openly. People try to debate me, but I can't even explain it. I think it's because Philly got some of the best musicians in the world, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're in everybody's band. They're in everyone's band.
Yes. Yeah. I think that coming from our city is so tough.
Yeah.
And so opinionated that you gotta be. Yeah, it's so competitive that you gotta be one of the best. It's like practice before you leave the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't know why. I don't know if it's Arcadians. I don't know what it is. But people who rhyme from Philly are probably the dopest MCs compared to everybody else. No shade to nobody else.
No shade.
You know what I'm saying?
No shade. But I mean, it's really simple. It's really simple. Anybody who's doing Black Thought dirty. No, there isn't. Listen, he's not my like. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real. Listen, there's a couple of different designations I have. So pre me finding out about his domestic violence tendencies, Fabulous was my favorite MC. Right?
You know what's crazy? Give
it to me.
I've always liked Fab.
Fab is amazing.
Right, even with the Freddie versus Jason joint with him and Jadakiss, but after, and I'm gonna say this on this podcast on the radio,
do it.
After seeing him in his situation,
man,
and him knocking his woman's teeth out,
man,
bro, like, I can't. I literally can't.
As a DJ, I don't play his tracks. I
can't. That's crazy.
Now, someone did tell me, on his most recent release that he does address that, and he comes out and just talks about it, and I'm like, maybe I'll give it a listen and see. But I mean, I feel like there are some situations where there's room for redemption if you're getting help and all of that, but I just haven't seen anything actively take
And
place where
may
I'm like, I can bring him back in the fold. But I
and
don't play Fab Tracks. I don't play Fab
And
Tracks.
maybe that's what it is, because
Yeah.
I feel like when you're on a public platform,
Yeah.
if you do something that comes out in the public, you need to address it publicly.
Yes,
if he's
just as
saying like,
loud.
"Oh my God, I messed up. Like I had a messed up childhood. My
Right.
mom did this. My mom
Right.
was abused. That's why I
Yeah.
react this way. But I'm getting help now."
Right. You got to be you're right. You got to
That
be equally as loud. You got to
yeah,
be equally
because
as loud.
I
Yeah.
can't get over the fact that he knocked
Yeah.
her teeth out. I could
Yo.
not get over that.
So yeah, seeing that video was really, that shook me up,
Mhm.
So prior to all of that, he was my favorite MC. Now, when it came to like my top 3 MCs, it was always Jay, because Jay, in my opinion, has accomplished the most. He's like the epitome of what an MC can get done in this
Mhm.
industry. But take those 2 designations away, right?
Black Thought.
When it comes to who is the best at
Black Thought.
rapping,
Listen,
nobody can see Thought. Ever.
His birth control is dumb.
Come on, man. Come on. What are we talking about?
I remember watching
play these games.
different like 4th of July. You know how they do the 4th of July on channel 6 or something, whatever channel that is.
Yeah.
Right, because I ain't been in Philly in a while, so I kind of forgot a lot of stuff.
That Wild Wild festival they used to do.
Yeah, but just I remember watching him rap and being like, bruh, like, did he breathe?
When is he breathing? He just he exhales raps. Yeah, he just like they just yeah.
It's unreal. It's unreal, and I've always felt the same way. Like Black Thought is in my top.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's
so
one of my top MCs because it's ridiculous. His breath control, his bars, the delivery. You know what I'm saying?
So bringing it back, isn't that what we're seeing with Tierra? She's just it's so effortless.
Yes.
It's so effortless.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That goes back to your point.
Super relaxed. Yep.
Right. That goes back to your point about Philly MCs, and like you understand you're sharing a city with Black Thought. You can't be out here like the possibility of you being in a cipher with him in the 90s was very high because he wasn't walking away and shying away from ciphers at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have went down. So you couldn't just be out here slipping all crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
And yeah, man, like there's just a sense
and I
of
feel
pride.
like it's it. And I feel like it's an innate thing too. When you end up being an MC from Philly, it's just a natural competitive thing, a natural innate way of rhyming. Like you already know you gotta come or they gonna clap you.
Come on, man. They're gonna clap you down. Look at me.
Yo, remember
me
when
play no games, B.
Yeah, remember when Destiny's Child performed?
They booed them. Yeah.
Yes, Philly. Like that's what Philly does.
Yes.
So it's like you already got to prepare yourself not to be booed by the city.
Right.
Nobody wants to be booed by their own city.
No
you know what I'm saying?
To be booed.
Nah, I feel you.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. So I mean, this film touched me, and obviously it touched you in several different ways.
Oh my God.
If you had to, because I want to get ready to close it out. So if you had to sell someone that hadn't seen it yet, what would be your spoiler-free review for this joint?
So when I tell people to watch it, I just tell them that it's beautiful and it's a must-see, especially if you're of African descent.
Right.
That's literally what I say. You need to see it and judge it for yourself because I don't know. It's something you can't explain. I can't even really explain it.
Right.
I can't explain it. It's just a beautiful watch.
Right.
It's so satisfying to the soul. Like I can't. Look, I can't even talk about it. I'm like, I can't.
That's a good description. Satisfying to the soul. I think
it's really satisfying. It really satisfied my soul. Like, and the funny thing is, the day it dropped, I watched it. I worked from home. I was watching it. I had my laptop on my lap, and I'm just watching this film. I didn't even work. I was staring at that TV the whole time. I could not take my eyes away from the screen.
Oh my
It was
God.
so beautiful. The music was so beautiful. The theme was beautiful. I love how they tied in the actual Lion King and the sound bites from the
Right.
actual
Right.
film
And you
into
felt it.
this
You felt the
film.
progression through the film, how they mimicked they played the story out. It
Exactly.
was yeah.
Exactly. And if you notice the Lion King story, then you would kind of be able to keep along
Absolutely.
with this film.
The
But
brother
they
they
did
had
it,
played Scar. Oh, he was vicious.
yes, and
Ooh.
they did it so artistically.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did it so artistically. It was just beautiful to see that little boy
Yeah.
turn into a
Oh
man, that
man.
little prince turn into a king. Like, come on, what you mean?
Come on, man. Come on.
Come on, that would be my selling point. But come on, what you mean?
That's it.
Yo,
that's a no spoiler review. What you mean though? Like,
yo,
come on. What you mean?
it's so beautiful. Even
Yeah.
as a black woman,
Yeah.
even that one segment,
Yeah.
I literally sat here and cried. I was like,
Yeah,
I
man.
feel seen.
Yeah, man.
I felt so seen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So okay, so I would sell it by saying, right, I agree with you as a person of color. This is a must watch. It's a must watch.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see some things, you're gonna feel some things you've never felt before.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. As a non-person of color, you need to watch this for a couple of reasons. It'll help you understand what your black and brown friends are experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll help you understand the world that they wish to exist in. And most importantly, it'll prepare you for what's about to happen. It'll prepare
Yes.
you for what's about to come, because our embracing of black excellence, our embracing of our culture and our heritage, it's happening at a lightning quick pace
Yes,
right
it
now.
is. I was about to say that. I
It's
don't know if
like,
people been
I don't
paying
know.
attention.
I don't know if y'all
I'm
been
here for it.
peeping. You know
I'm
what I'm
here for
saying?
it.
When
I'm
you
here
got
for it.
Afrobeat killing the pop charts, I don't know if you're paying attention, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. So more, more of this from more artists. Quick shout out before we close. Quick shout out to Mellow X.
Oh my God, I love Mello.
Yo.
And the funny thing is, that's funny you mentioned his name. So I'm sitting here watching it,
Mm-hmm.
and it said he was one of the musical directors. I
Oh,
was
definitely.
like, bitch,
Definitely.
what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's on Lemonade too.
Yes.
So here's the funny part about that.
Why is my dog looking at me all crazy?
Shout out to Lil Giant Media. Shout out to the Yee. You know what I'm saying? The brother Yee. Hooked me up with a video assignment back when I was in Philly doing videography to capture content for the Electric Punani parties. Shout out to Sonny James, because him and Lean opened them joints.
Hey, Sonny James, my best friend ever.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Lean. Hey, Snippy.
Sonny is he's a golden person. Like,
so I'm gonna say this real quick, because I gotta shout out my best friend, Mr. Sonny James, one of the best fucking DJs in the whole fucking world.
Period.
Period.
Don't play. Don't play, y'all.
Period. Poo.
Don't let it happen to you.
Okay. Why was so extra?
No, it's the real. Don't let it happen to you. Don't sleep on Sonny. Don't feel like you want to. Don't feel like you want to build with Sonny, and it's gonna be sweet. Don't let it happen to you.
I've been telling him he's one of the best DJs in the world forever. So I gotta just say this real quick. His transitions. Sometimes I'm like, my nigga, what?
You know, like you've been to enough events and parties with this dude, where like you're either on stage with him, like you're in a spot where you're just chilling and observing, and he's having so much fun that you can't be cool. Yes. Like you didn't get dressed to come out and be sweating. However,
everybody's dancing. Dancing.
Like we're like, I'm filming. I got the camera and I'm dancing. Like, you gotta chill out. There was the last gig I did with him was a New Year's Eve party. This was back in Philly, right before we moved. It was me, him, and Aphrodisiac. We spent a New Year's Eve party together.
Was it at Walnut Room? Oh,
no. It was at this it was at a social club downtown, like a spot none of us had ever spun at.
Oh.
It was a private event, and it was yo, it was wild. It was dumb nice. I think Doogie handed us the gig. He passed it off to us. He had it the year before, but it was amazing. It was amazing. So yeah, so I was shooting videography for the Electric Panani event, and matter of fact, Hood Celebrity was also on that bill too. So this is while Lemonade was being produced and recorded. So I did an interview with Hood Celebrity, and I did an interview with Mello in Philly at the TLA. So we're outside across the street at Ishkabibbles, and we're, doing an interview. We just chopping up, talking about the projects he's working on, and does not mention Lemonade because of course he couldn't mention Lemonade.
He couldn't.
and so this is my first interaction with him. I knew about him before, but this is my first interaction with him. Really, really chill dude. So here it is, Lemonade drops, and I'm like, wait. And I look at the time period. I'm like, this dude.
He couldn't say nothing.
He couldn't say shit. This dude was in my face working with Beyonce at the exact time period and couldn't say shit.
I love it though. I love the element of surprise.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, I knew Mello from, I think it's before I even moved out here. I remember just him doing records with Jesse Boykins.
Yep.
And then getting into his own records. I remember he did this kind of a remix or with a sample of Paul McCartney. And it's a song called Gone Baby. And I used to listen to it on repeat. And when I had my radio show in Philly, I used to play it a lot.
Okay.
And then fast forward to now, because that was 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Look what he's doing now. That's what I'm saying.
That's beautiful,
just in general,
man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to see. And even to other people who are artists, never give up. I don't care how long it takes.
Straight up.
Never give up. Give
Straight
your all
up,
and never give up. Because look, 10 years later, this is the second Beyonce project he's been on.
Right.
That's the highest
Come on.
achievement.
Come on.
Yeah.
Listen, Hov said it. The price just went up. Mello, the price went up, B. What are you talking about?
It's insane.
Yeah, it is.
Insane. It's beautiful though.
So I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yay.
Z, I want to thank you for spending some time with me. And
Beehive.
Yeah, I'm saying, hey, it's the Hive, fam. It's the Hive. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do it out a little bit. It's the Hive, fam. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them stingers get all crazy on the internet. Don't let them bees pop up in all your comments. They'll come for you.
Yo, they've been coming for Kid Rock for 5 years. Yo, I can't get over that. That's what he get, yo. Keep Beyonce
straight up,
out your mouth.
Straight up. So notice this will not be the last time you hear Z on the podcast Has No Name, because this is my horror movie partner right here.
Yes.
We're going to be doing some horror movie reviews.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to have her in a couple of episodes. We both are addicts for horror movies.
Fun Zarinah fact.
Yeah.
I watch a horror movie every day.
Really?
Yes. I purposely, even if it's something I already watched, I watch a horror movie every day.
All right, we got to cut it here because I know what I'm gonna, because you.
Okay.
It's a man. You started the rabbit hole. All right, yeah. All right, you know what? We're gonna thank y'all for tuning in. Oh my
God! Wait. Thank you.
You got to do some shout out.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
If you want to follow me, come follow me on Instagram at ZAARINAH. Check out my IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
I have an album on iTunes. I put out a few years ago. Stay tuned for some new music. Peep game.
I'm glad you said it because I almost forgot.
It's okay.
Excellent. You're still here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of A Podcast Has No Name. If this is your first time checking us out, please subscribe. We are available on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, and pretty much everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Podcast Has No Name. Deuces.
Subscribe, please. Click and comment.